If you've taken I-65, chances are you've seen that tall red brick building just off Dauphin Street. For neighbors in that area, you've likely heard the chimes ringing every hour.
This building has been the home of Dauphin Way Baptist Church for nearly 40 years. A few months ago, church leaders said they made the difficult decision to put it up for sale as they now look for a new place of worship.
Our Natalie Williamson is live at the church tonight. Natalie, a lot of history there.
There really is, Lenise and Cameron. Since 1988, this well-known red brick building off Dauphin Street has served not only the members of Dolphin Way, but the Mobile community. Whether it's weddings, events, you name it, this place holds a lot of memories. That's why the pastor here tells me the decision to sell was hard, but the building is just part of the story.
Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths.
Dolphin Way Baptist Church, a familiar sight as you're driving along I-65 in Mobile. This tall red brick building is hard to miss. It stood as a landmark since the late 1980s, seen by millions. But this hasn't always been home. In fact, the church's roots go back nearly a century earlier, to 1895. It began as a small mission started by St. Francis Street Baptist Church, gathering to reach the people in what was then called West Mobile. As the congregation multiplied, they moved to a two-story building at Dolphin and Ann Streets in 1909. By 1942, they moved again, this time to what is now the Alabama School of Math and Science, where the iconic stained glass window was first installed. By the late 70s, church leaders saw the city growing, and so did their vision. They searched for a location that would be more accessible. That led them to 19 acres of land just beside a highly traveled interstate.
That gives you an illustration of the roof going on. This is in the very southern part. It's kind of hard for you to look up there and see where that ladder is.
And in 1988, after months of construction, the doors opened for the first service with the same stained glass window from their old sanctuary still shining. For nearly 4 decades, this campus has served the community, hosting Christmas spectaculars, fall festivals, concerts, and more.
There's not much else that we do in the world like that, where you come and you stand in front of hundreds of people.
Dr. Lee Merck has been the pastor of Dolphin Way for almost 2 years. After serving in Montana, he says he felt God call him back to the Gulf Coast, where he was raised, to continue the church's mission. Soon after arriving, he realized this season would bring change. He says they were faced with a difficult decision, and church leaders chose to put the iconic building up for sale, seeking a space that better fits the congregation's size and future.
But the reality is the church, Dauphin Way Baptist Church, has found itself in a place where that's all it had, was the opportunity to trust God for what was next. Not really knowing what was coming next. And that's an unusual place oftentimes for churches. A lot of churches plan and they move forward based on their plans, and all that's good, but it's not always that way. Our motivation is not about trying to save ourselves. Our motivation is much bigger than that. People in Mobile need Jesus. And this is really about the gospel continuing to go forward.
For some, this news was difficult to process. Nearly 40 years of memories in these walls. For 2 members from 2 different generations, this place has been home in every season. Ronald Dodge has been a member for more than 50 years, worshiping in 2 Dolphin Way church buildings. He says seeing the church move forward again brings excitement. For Caroline Carter, who was raised in this very building, there's comfort in remembering what really matters.
God knows everything, and He knows where we're going to be, and He knows where He wants us to be.
The building is not what makes the church, it's the church that makes the building. And so the church is the people that I've been around my entire life, and the church is the people that have come in and walked alongside us and just joined our family. And this building has some really sweet memories and some really fond times that those memories won't go away just when we move buildings.
As for what's next, Merck says they don't know, but they trust they'll be led to the right place, just as God has done since the church was born.
When you make big decisions like this, I think there's a period of grieving that the church goes through. And so my encouragement has been for those who haven't been with Dolphin Way quite as long and are getting excited, to be patient and to walk with these that are still kind of grieving in the process. And then those that are grieving to understand that God's got a plan for the future.
Merck says while it's unclear where their next home will be, no matter where they go, the iconic stained glass window will follow. We've got more exclusive content for this story on our website. Live in Mobile, Natalie Williamson, Fox 10 News.